Sam is the one playing by himself on the southern side. It's normally the KJ, but here's where the action starts. It's ardiis who gets the first kill.
Oh, crashies doesn't follow up. That does lead. Oh, he's getting the orb. That's a free kill. I thought he was going to let him go all the way. But look at Victor, all the way up, too.
Position was never shown, and they're a bit split here because the spike is going to the opposite side of the map. You've got Boaster who's going to swing around. He finds the first at the spike. He's getting peppered, a little trouble as he's overwhelmed, swarmed by some.
I mean, great crossfire right there. Chaos in the middle of this A site.
Vic is still on B.
Yeah. And remember, he broke that turret, so Alfajer is looking for him, struggling to find him, which means Leo's left in a 1v2 on the other side of the map, but NRG's still not committing.
Giving him a little bit of room and a little time to find a bit more damage.
Oh my goodness, Victor's really lost about where Alfajer could be too. He thinks he's following him up in tower.
As is Alfajer, lost on where NRG are, really.
At least Fnatic is regrouped. NRG's trying to do the same, but they're doing it by clearing more map space, which is a bigger risk, but they're gonna have a bigger reward here. This site is going to be free.
Take a quick glance at the health bars. Leo's down to 75 HP, Alfajer is healthy.
Dude, the mind games being played on the opening pistol is insane.
We're in for a good time. You hear the fault line go off. Leo spotting the first. FiNESSE gets one. It's traded back, leaving Alfajer alone. 13 HP. In desperate need of a miracle, and he's not going to get one. NRG take the first.
Up on that north.
And Fnatic, they're sending all four. They're sending all four down dish. The turret's going to spot first. There it is, cleared out. Does ardiis dare swing? He does. It's just temporary though. And now he's the one who's surrounded because Alfajer's here to greet.
Yeah, well that kill might net them the north side and a whole kill. None of the weapons retrieved there. Obviously, ardiis just had a ghost. NRG's still with 3 bulldogs up, the stinger as well. They're gonna have a free A site with the pivot that they've made. Fnatic with 3 players coming down from the south side, though. I'm looking to see if Sam, who's up close, can find the information or hear the information about what's coming in spawn.
Here's a bulldog. Victor does too, and he's going to be the first to take contact. In the fault line, he drops a nade, tucks away. And you mentioned Sam, surely he heard that. Knows where Boaster is. He jumps out to his death.
Yeah, big gamble from Boaster there. Couldn't really do many things to clear all the angles that Sam could be in.
Like butter, baby.
Now the rest of this information is known. Very, very nice anti-eco after what could have been dangerous, but could have NRG to keep ardiis alone with only the ghost. Losing weapons, this is not good. Goes from clean to very, very poor. Should be able to recover one more. No, FiNESSE, where's that bulldog? He's not gonna get it.
No.
Almost there.
ardiis taking ropes and joining up with the rest of NRG on the southern side. No early push.
And the spike is heading all the way back under past Arcade to clear the space that ardiis had to leave. That's part of the protocols there for NRG. But look at the setup from Fnatic and Halls. How advanced is Alfajer's setup? Got the turret to swing off this off angle, got the stun as well, hiding from the drone now. Leo does a great job canceling. They can fall back into that setup. But now look at NRG's reaction off of that. Beating out the stun, breaking that drone. That's enough information for them not to want to play with it, and seeing Leo as well to be the guy.
They have some defenses here. Victor getting up top. And you see Fnatic, if given some of the space up, they're going to try to play back, play safe towards spawn wisely. While the rest of Fnatic is rotating on the southern side, crashies will be the first to take contact.
It's a good nade. No, it hits the stairs.
Just a little short. Not enough oomph behind that one. crashies on the swing. He's dead. Remember, Sam just has a sheriff here. He has ult, though. But the rest of the members are crumbling. They're falling all over the place. This looks like an unwinnable situation for NRG.
Last player standing.
And it's just ardiis. Manages to take one with him. A second follows. 45 HP. Dropping the nano on the spike. Had to swing and take a fight. And it's just too much.
Key round. With this ult, NRG want to be able to win, but Boaster has his as well. Fnatic is one of those teams that is so good at farming up these orbs, no matter which side they're on. Normally it's super attack side of these orbs in general, but it's a key point. Even funneling specific kills to Fnatic, to the players that are close. Alfajer went off of his as well. And they've got this trap play. Usually it's a aftershock into a breach ult.
From the turret contact or, yeah, something like that.
Aftershock pushes them out into a space that they can get trapped in really, really easily. NRG taking the rope. All the way back, they've again put Victor up in drop. On pistol round, he lurked. He was the guy who was going on the opposite side. See this trap. This should be known from NRG if they're prepared. They should just fall off of the aftershock space, but I don't think it looks like they will.
Launching smoke.
Aftershock. That's the other one.
Yeah, it's FiNESSE's. Chronicle still has his.
He backed off, way off because of Victor applying some pressure.
30 seconds left.
Vixel has a satchel here. If they want to commit to this wall scrunch, they can, but there's no one there. You hear the rolling thunder, and that's going to push them up and over.
Oh, Alfajer, he's stuck.
There's nowhere for him to go. The Molly intends to delay for just a moment. But with 13 seconds left, they've got to get a move on. And Boaster still has the tool that can secure the round.
He got his ult.
Ard is dead.
The round
and
is
there
over.
it is, yeah. Unless they can frag out. It's just Sam Leo 1v1, but there's not enough time. They're not going to get the fight. Tied it to a piece. The only rifle in the hands of the attacking side is in Sam's. And for Fnatic, they have much more to work with. Chronicle, the only exception, as he has a stinger. Shock Dart intended to clear some utility from the KJ, and that alarm bot's still up.
Yeah, I wouldn't even say that that shock dart was super prepared or anything like that. He just kind of threw it out willy-nilly. crashies is definitely the goat at improvising shocks, but we'll see how that continues to play out throughout this series. And they're so interested in just using util and dry peeking. Not placing their smokes, not committing to any of this fight. And that would cause them problems in the last round.
Remember, Sam is the only one with a rifle and was not able to convert on the opening engagement.
Pivots back and forth. FiNESSE really trying to heat up and think about how Boaster's calling is going to be. We're already only in round 5.
30 seconds left.
We're seeing the indecision.
They're going to make their way through.
It's a good plan.
They just don't have tools.
Well, they got crashies ult with that plant, with this lockdown too, in underpass. Boaster, remember, he used his ult last round.
ardiis has his, crashies so too. This would be a massive steal if they could pull this off.
Look how deep that lockdown is too. It's not in the regular space. Because it's used for post plant, they have to fall all the way to the other half of the map.
And fall right back in with the stimmy from Boaster.
And look how far crashies is playing too. FiNESSE on the alert, that's not gonna find anything, but ardiis has mollies, crashies has ult. This looks like a 1 round.
It's just insane to consider too, given what they came into the round with. But what a conversion.
I'm starting to doubt whether that little hesitation while walking back towards halls is indecision at all.
G managed to steal the round, and they still have the Hunter Fury that they can use into this one. And again, aggression towards Dish. Prowler in the face as Victor goes forward with the satchel in hand. He's sent to the next round.
A deep push as well, forcing these players to commit to this Dish push. Sam has to find both.
Not able to, but so close. And FiNESSE tries to swing around and apply some pressure from the opposite side, but what a beautiful call from Fnatic. Dude, I feel like these 2 rounds, barring a 1v4 from ardiis, which he's certainly capable of. But these last 2 rounds, 48 HP now, he's dead. These last 2 rounds are while the defense has the same. Derke is already pushed off in the face of the fault line. They want to go aggressive with the showstopper, but he doesn't get as far.
Yeah, but it does force them to run away from the showstopper. And again, there's prep there. You saw as soon as Derke goes out, as soon as they get a stun, there's a counter stun out from FiNESSE.
Spam out from Derke, gets a kill onto the leader.
And Derke in the last round, they min-maxed his orb while there was only 1 player up. That means he has a showstopper now.
Planted.
Traded, Victor still healthy. Stays alive, I'm not really sure how.
Close battle, 2 players ready to swing through the smoke.
Remember, this is another weird buy. It's 2 stingers on the side of NRG, and they're converting again. ardiis getting one with the frenzy. I mean, what a proper dismantling.
And Fnatic is being forced to push through A halls multiple times with players who are needed on the retake through Generator, through Canteen. Alfajer and Leo in this position both have ults that would have been perfect to be used in Gen. And so I'm surprised out of that timeout. You saw a little bit of
The one real opportunity he had, they secured the round before it was fired off. ardiis on the reposition, feeling pressure on the northern side, and it's going to be another hit towards B. This time Chronicle finding gorgeous timing, and Derke does too. It's back and forth again! There's just no backing down from either of these sides.
over and over too. This is not heroics from any one player to watch, anything like that. This is pure prep from the coaches, Minnie and Chet, and pure calling out of Boaster and FiNESSE right now. Every round comes with a lost. Here comes a clash in arcade though.
Plenty of ults here. Derke's the first to go. And they're just gonna continue to push. I mean, crashies can't get out. He takes them with him, somehow survives.
He's jiggle peeking while stunned there.
And this back and forth affair leaves things in a 1v2. crashies in a clutch. We've seen the story before, but this time it's a different ending. Fnatic
To that again, this push.
It's gonna be another clash. Derke is the op. And he's already met the first.
Oh, they saw Boaster.
A counter flash to try to swing. It is pretty. It's very well handled, very well done.
He gets the dink too, and now they need to even consider Derke's op. Where has it moved to?
Hasn't rattled off since that opening shot onto Victor.
Should have been spotted by that drone.
ardiis' timing is perfect. He finds space again. Now Derke's down to 3v3. Saw him with ult. crashies 2. And Alfajer and Leo have been holding on to theirs for a while as well. There's the first used.
Should be Brim ulting this or Sova ulting this. ardiis will counter ult. There's a gap here. They're not going for either. They're going to try to allow this to push them all the way back. Remember that second half. We saw this KJ ult before. Same value here. There could be a follow-up ult on either side from crashies or Sam, but they hold on to them to play post.
4 HP. Orbital strike teed up.
Leo on the flank. Could take down crashies.
No idea. And there goes that, leaving Sam alone. And there's way too much to handle there.
Surprise. Punished by a north side push out of Fnatic.
They really haven't explored A a ton.
They've moved this op onto A though. Remember, it was just seen last round, multiple rounds in a row in arcade.
Holding the line. Waiting for the first.
Did they hear the door? I think they were there at the beginning. But if they didn't, they don't know that this is open. They don't know this is an angle for Derke.
He's in a lot of trouble.
Oh my
But he's gonna
goodness.
satchel his way out. But Victor's gone in right behind him! crashies get 2 with the ult! What an explosive start to the round!
Literally, both teams combining
Planted.
crucial ults together. And they get multiple kills because of that. That leaves this round completely in the hands of the 2 players from Fnatic right now coming through spawn late in the round.
This would be a difficult task. You're outnumbered here. In a meaningful way. There is plenty of money to go around though. So you figure you take a chance, you go for it. And it's meticulous. Alfajer creeping forward. The Han on the other side of smoke cleared out, not finding any value. Leo goes up top and somehow just destroys crashies. They've gotten it back to it, but Victor right back into the action.
And Fnatic's not the team that's supposed to be getting comboed with ults. That's Fnatic's bread and butter. Here comes the push for them, using the same type of theory to push Derke deep here.
crashies got him! I thought he saw him! Victor with the second, Leo dancing around, somehow avoiding death and finding a second. A 3v3 as the dust settles and Sam gets a spike down.
And Boaster's going for that same push that Leo did late in the round. Both the turret and alarm bot might be up, and they've taken gen control right now. So it's not going to have the same sort of impact.
Boaster rotating from the northern side last round of the half. And much like
Got past the turret, but won't get past the alarm bot here.
Cleared out.
Still a molly for Som here.
An idea of where he is. You see Victor trying to go up top as Som gets a kill, and there it is. Rewarded for the
Sort of prep is exactly what's coming in the second half too.
fault line there, and look, they're pinching. They're all heading towards the northern side or Fnatic.
I mean, Derke is counting his lucky stars that he doesn't get hit by that stun by FiNESSE. Otherwise, he's dead to that nade for sure. 5 players here from Fnatic. Look at the reclear going on right now, the dart from crashies. But this is, while they're going to find nothing in halls, they might find everybody on site behind them.
Utility dumped out onto the site, and the space is filled. NRG happy to give the site up, so they're going to fight for a retake.
Spike planted.
First shock dart through a smoke is the only thing keeping them apart from each other. Leo's pushed his way into it. He's behind him, and he gets both. Chronicle with the third. Victor with just a shred of health. But can ardiis snatch this thing back?
It's much more aggressive than you're normally used to with Leo.
Now, oh! ardiis! How is he snatched this thing back? It's fallen down to 1. Victor weak! Alfajer with the...
We've already seen instances of light by the rounds winning. Here's the classic from Fnatic. Funneling ult orbs towards key players here. Boaster buys the Marshal specifically to leave a gap in that gen smoke.
That does not, yep.
Oh, he got the Bulldog.
Was able to get it, yeah. Still maintains control of tower. NRG are slowly but surely on the prowl. Victor's taking the ropes, and Leo's going to be there to receive, and surely he's heard that at this point. Victor with no idea.
And that's just crazy wild that Leo is in that position still.
Just so unexpected. Leaving FiNESSE all on his own.
And Boaster should be hunting now. Already gotten 2 kills in this round, 2 off his ult. Chronicle planted. Maybe because they made this slightly uncomfortable Fnatic. You don't go for the full farm. There he goes, creeping canteen, just like we called. The stun is perfect for him too. FiNESSE knows he's hunting. He knows.
Timing though, well handled by FiNESSE. Just out of reach. Leo cleans him up. Fnatic take a 2-round lead.
Right now. Alfajer is going to hold the turret out. FiNESSE and Victor are looking to trap. On this map, Fnatic is known for going for bonus ults. And you could use that to your advantage here if you're Fnatic. You could just completely ignore that possibility. It's hard to do so when it's such a powerful tool, and yeah, now Victor knows. And they should be considering.
There's the orb that you were just mentioning, now orbital strike online, and the question is, where do Fnatic go off of this?
Isn't it ridiculous that NRG was already trying to play anti-orb on the perfect choice? There's 4 orbs on this map. They could have guessed any other one of them. And either way, it doesn't matter because Fnatic is just patient enough to wait for their setup to fizzle out.
You see the pings on the minimap. The intentions are clear. They want to go towards B, perhaps do tower. And they've quietly made their way over. First the Prowler, then the Flash. Space not filled yet. They want to go down low. But Derke is met with a nano. He's going to try to satchel across it, and he does.
That's a good haunt. It cleared the entirety of the site right now. They just have to avoid crashes' dart, and then they'll get this plant down with 24 seconds.
I mean, they're so close to
Oh, it's tagged up!
all separating them, and Som's the first to fall. Now Derke is satcheling back out. Alfajer holding a line on the other side. It's a 1-for-1. But the numbers for NRG continue to crumble. It's just FiNESSE left alone in the 1v4. He's not able to get away. It's another round.
He catches, doesn't catch anybody. But there was 3 players possible.
And off of the pace of Fnatic are showing, NRG is going to try to fill with some of their own on the southern side. But they've got to be able to hold them back for now. On the site, in the sand, Derke drawing all over the place and getting the kills that he needs. It's another dominant round for Fnatic, but an opportunity, albeit slight, to make something out of this. FiNESSE has found himself in these positions so many times, and the outcome's the same. There's a dart setup. Nothing found.
It does get FiNESSE's ult online. That's the entire intention right now.
That's also so well nicely done by crashies at the opening of the round. A dart on the northern side, the drone on the southern side, and all of a sudden you can turn attention towards A.
Now the problem is they're trying to deny some sort of space for these orbs that Fnatic is picking up right now. Derke's now got his ult. FiNESSE is gonna have to try to counter with his own. Oh!
Another instance in which Derke's not able to get it off. The orbital strike, ardiis down low, falling. Side still held as Som finally gets cleared. Now the Nightfall FiNESSE, unable to hear a thing, but still trying to find one through the spam. A 3v3 for the site, no ults in play yet. The Shock Dart gets one. It's Victor who's close to his though. Alfajer is to Chronicle on the swing. crashies dead. Paul's controlled, site controlled, and Chronicle's just kind of doing it on his own. Finally falls to the nade.
Showstopper, they're up close right now.
He still has 2 satchels. And the Roomba. There's the first. Trying to get across, spotting one. Guessing on the second. Not behind that door. Swinging, not found. Fnatic 5 rounds in a row for the attack. Insane considering how the first half went.
Fnatic now have free reign. Boaster is brimstone opping. It's back, baby. It's back.
Wow. On attack, no less. And he finds value. Of course he does. Showstopper from Victor. Not hitting its mark.
We were having conversations about Kong being the best attack side out. Boaster should be out of that conversation. Why? Because he's the only person to do this sort of thing. Just reminds me when he pulled it out in overtime back in Copenhagen.
Another one for Boaster. They swing into him. Saw him on the trade.
Finally the punish.
Off your feet!
That Rolling Thunder is very aggressive from Chronicle. They're in spawn.
Oh, there's a line here for Alfajer to follow up, and Som's full stunned.
He's gotten 3. He's had himself a map. He may be the only bright spot on this side for NRG, but he has played well with the position, the potential to get more.
Dude, they aware of Chronicle's route here.
Oh, they have to be now. This would be backbreaking. FiNESSE cleans him up. Woo!
What a 1-2 punch as well. Derke just following really close by afterwards. If he needs to satchel on somebody with Chronicle stun or anything like that, he can.
They can be so decisive in their engagements. And then have Boaster again with the op right behind them.
I'm looking at the lockdown to be a potential way to take this site, but no, I think Boaster just wants to ISO up. And they're finally taking an underpass control so Alfajer can creep forward, and that's going to take some time, so still not sure if that is the entire intention.
The thing is, if they overwhelm ardiis up in tower, or up on site, all of that utility that he has currently protecting Som and the site is gone. But they're going to go. And it's all just a delay. The orbital strike is going to get Boaster out. Derke's going aggressive. There it is. There were questions around whether or not ardiis would be overwhelmed, but he's able to keep them back for the first. Traded on the second. A 4v4 quickly turns into a 4v3, perhaps 2. There's just no real way for NRG to hold them back. It's been so labored.
What?
He's going to get the kill.
I can't believe it. At least getting that tag. 10 seconds for the plant right now. Nothing left. Still.
Sweet Chronicle is. That could have secured the round. I believe it did. I don't think there's enough time. There's not.
NRG needed a streak. That's 2 in a row right now. Their first 2.
ardiis has the op. But there's no challenge towards B, where he's currently sitting.
Yeah, but he's getting droned on the angle. That's going to hold a lot of space right now. But yeah, you're right. Barely anybody here. It's just Som.
And he's playing offside. He's giving it up. What do they have? Are they looking to play around the lockdown?
It definitely could be a factor here, but also look at this double play up through drop 2. Alfajer's going to be able to place his right now. I think he's waiting for their own lockdown, so NRG might not just place it. They might just play against it.
There it is. There's the attacker one. Still held on to by ardiis.
Maybe they go for a sand one. No, it gets broken by a nade.
And Chronicle goes down. And now they put theirs through. Victor is already satcheled out onto A.
And it's planted in such a way, the lockdown in this case, that it's so deep right now. Derke is just trying to get this nade off. It might actually count.
Sam got it all the way! He just held the defuse!
I don't think that nade landed. And eventually the frag.
Back in the swing of things, ardiis still with the op. And he's already being pushed. Are they just gonna continue to brute force their way into him? Off of the Prowler, they realize he's not holding halls anymore. They're gonna simmy their way into sand. ardiis is in trouble. He's not in a position to be able to get out. He's gotta hold him back by himself. He gets the first. Looking to provide some resistance, and that's all it was.
He just lost his place right there while flashed up.
Orbital strike straight into spawn, Rolling Thunder. They push them back. And they've left Boaster in a cheeky position. It may not matter though, as the rest of the team is getting the kills. It's Chronicle and Alfajer leaving crashies alone. A 1v3. Some utility, but not much.
It's tough to use here.
He's got the dart, he's got the shock, and he has no health. Fnatic gets no up this time for the Killjoy. It's just rifles for the defensive side as they try to make their last stand. I mean, they're funneling, they're pushing, there's no crunch. It's all just a fight from one side! And it's turned in favor of Fnatic.
This might be the end here. NRG, they go for that drone, re-clear. But you had such a deep satchel from Victor. Nobody's able to follow up on it, and the rest of the Fnatic players just group up. This might be it. 3 players for NRG, 4 from Fnatic. Fnatic's so cautious. This grouping here of Sam and crashies might be perfect, though.
It was Derke who had the off a moment ago, just handed it off to Chronicle.
Wants to use his satchel to take space.
The one benefit for the defensive side here for NRG is that 2 of the 3 members that remain are on this site.
Oh, crashies is tucked here. Leo does have his haunt, a Prowler too. They can clear it out.
Sam has a molly.
30 seconds left.
crashies with some util. Are they gonna rotate? Oh, they're gonna go in through sand. They just don't have a ton of time here.
And the molly should be able to hold them off too. From one side at least.
Assuming they identify where it is. Leo has been left behind. crashies falls. All onto Sam, again, who's had himself a great game, but he can't convert here either.
It's just perfect from Fnatic, mauling out the last player on the site too, finding crashies on the swing. They both got stunned by that breach stun from Chronicle. It's perfect.
It really is. It's a little, I mean, it's not even like they're just trying to diff them with gunfights. Everything is so fastidiously considered. And it's clean. The first half was a brawl, but the second half felt like all Fnatic all the way, and they take Fracture 13-9.
Absolutely it was. Fantastic bind at the beginning of this game.
An opportunity to reinvigorate and refresh their success on the map. They find themselves on the attacking side.
Oh, they're not ready for this hookah play. Whoa!
So many people through, and you're right, NRG had no idea. Now throwing a brakes on the rotate. Cascade as he goes straight to the skies, and he takes Sam down.
Last player standing.
What a start from Fnatic.
Catching them completely unaware. I'm wondering if there's a flash that gave them misinformation there, if Fnatic dodged it somehow to get a timing up through. But you can tell NRG really interested in getting that orb. And then falling back towards that A side, hoping that they can stack the correct side. Instead, now they leave ardiis alone.
You're right. I would love to see the opening round, the opening of that round again, to see what it was that led to a false sense of security.
I mean, it might just be that there was nothing, and they just had masters of the economy right now in the game. They're the best at it. Everybody else is trying to copy them, and for NRG, actually, it's been a story for them where they, after lock-in, they copy Fnatic, they start playing some light armor stuff, but they give up on it.
Yeah.
At some point during Americas, and you can tell already in this game too, they've given up on it on Fracture.
Three from NRG pushing into showers. Boaster's waiting on the other side of this wall with it. That Marshall, trained. Nothing but a green line keeping him back. Boaster getting peppered, has to tuck tail.
Good attempt at the re-clear, just to challenge Boaster though. Is it going to be enough? And that tells them that they're in deep anti-eco position still. And they have plenty of time to catch up. Nice cam in for Alfajer to spot FiNESSE.
It was so well set up from NRG, given the fact that they had a late rotate. Som puts his wall up, but Derke's already passed all of the utility that's intended to deny the push.
And look at this double molly too. Boaster from way far away, Chronicle as well. Completely denies this high tide take from Som. He was the only one close, and the rest of the players, he's trying to hold on to that space for them to flood in behind him. Instead, they can't get anywhere near.
I mean, look at him now. NRG are stuck in spawn.
Yeah, they're just hoping to die to Spike eventually.
Yeah.
Heal up, squad.
And Derke's starting to hunt, you can tell. He swapped the Marshal too. Boaster picks up the Vandal. They're masters at this. He has plenty of time to chase still.
There.
3 points away from having the ult online.
That's a nade.
Where's that Cam? A cheeky Cam
Yeah,
looking
up on
to
top of
spawn.
Copy. Yeah, that's crazy. Derke, still close. Cam to support, it's crazy.
Oh, go back. He dies. Skate out from Som towards short. Making it so difficult for the attacking side to push through. Yeah, Victor close by too. But Derke is just gonna satchel forward. It's just complete disrespect with the judge. Som stops him. And they still have Showers control too.
Well, Fnatic does gain control of lamps. They've lost 2 now. And the trade's coming from Alpha, yes.
Here.
Pinpoint, accuracy, top of the box. Pops 2.
FiNESSE is still playing on the other side. He's still towards B.
Cage triggered.
And this pause from Fnatic just instilling a little bit of doubt.
It's cunning. Eventually, NRG are going to want to try to re-clear, try to get some information. It should just be off of a crashies flash.
And they're here. They're ready for it. There's a flash that you mentioned off the swing, but he was just a little ahead of it. And crashies falls.
It's too staggered.
ardiis taking one back. Spike short.
FiNESSE still
FiNESSE
here.
has not left.
30 seconds left.
Come on, man.
Boaster spidey senses. Indicator that he should not go forward.
And the fact that Alfajer doesn't even TP, he holds on to this space right now. ardiis repositioned! Are you kidding me?
You mentioned pinpoint before. That might have been the best of the 3 we've seen.
10 seconds
It's just
left.
a needle for a pixel.
FiNESSE in a 1v2. He's healthy. He's got a Phantom Boaster. Alfajer not nearly as lucky. He gets one. He gets both. Oh.
Okay, they're going to dodge the flash. No info given. crashies not committing to picking up the orb. Could have been a massive mistake and a great counter from Fnatic instead.
He manages to get info off the jump peek too. Doesn't take any damage. Understands there are at least 2 guns that were fired.
Very clear coming in. Cam from Alfajer spots them. It's the key for them to bring up, make sure there's nobody punishing. And the wall is well timed for the players on NRG to receive these players on B side from Fnatic. Derke will eventually go for this orb.
The face of the flash, he jumps through the telly.
Well, fact says he was left alone as one, so had to be ready. You already saw him tucking into that corner so he could easily backstep. Now he's ready to join the hit, and he has both satchels.
Alfajer's on the prowl in Showers, but there are 2 players here. In A, Som being one of them. Chronicle the first to fall. Victor on the swing is great. And then the nade to try to deny the plant. He's still around. He's still healthy. The spike still hasn't made his way out of the site. Boaster's gotten it down to a 1v2 though. But he's just so weak.
He might have the info. Remember last round when he TP'd, FiNESSE was all the way back.
10
NRG
seconds
always leaves one.
He just needs 1 kill here. But ardiis is actually, he's already shown up and he's got a judge.
Pretty crazy that he gets the plant down.
It is. There's the flash. He knows where he is. crashies cleans it up.
Fnatic are...
That harbor wall from Som is through teleporter and then roping back in to help control A short.
That's the most extreme wiggly wall of all time.
Yeah. And there are plenty of setups that you can do from A without having to go through teleporter to control that area. I wonder if that's intended to make them think he's playing B.
This is a crazy deep B hold from NRG though, as well. Might not matter at all. And double trip to hold the flank here from Alfajer.
Are they going to be able to take the space and fill before you get into trouble? You hear the showstopper gone off. You've got the Seekers pushing them back into spawn. Showers control still there. Alfajer starting to re-explore.
I think they just jumped one of the trips.
But can you get past two? The Trailblazer's going to clear the second. And you see it. I mean, they're here. Leo's waiting. Alfajer is too. The flash is well considered by crashies. So Victor going aggressive. He's going for the flank, and it never goes off. He never shoots it. He was too close.
These Razors are having such trouble placing these showstoppers.
Chronicle has gotten behind him. crashies had no idea. He had no chance. It's fallen down onto 3. FiNESSE continues to frag. And the cascade. Sam has to tug right back out. Derke doing well to keep him back. He's gotten 2 stingers and then pistols. And that's all it is. They've tucked Victor and Hookah. But do they dare go that way?
The late orb as well here from Chronicle.
Hey, that was a cue for Sam to put the cascade down.
Tries to re-clear in front. You saw actually they put down the wall and the orb immediately to try to catch somebody re-clearing. Ooh, that's a shot.
It's pretty. Clears the Trailblazer, and of course Derke's followed all the way right behind it. They've gotten some control of the U-Haul. But they're starting to step back, and NRG want to take the fight. Remember, they have lighter weaponry. They want to close the gap. They want to get in their faces. Can they stop the attack here? Fnatic so far up. They have Showers control. They have U-Haul control.
Left.
I mean, it may not look like it. They have full sight control, too. And once again, the defense looks like it's at a loss. Derke is just playing with this food right now.
It's too easy to contain here from Derke, especially with that shorty. And the constant threat from Fnatic to go through that TP keeps FiNESSE. That's ridiculous.
Yep. There's just not much more to say, is there?
And the idea from NRG is really good there, too. Leo's swinging onto the stairs where the old TP was, so he's not even in that fight from Alfajer. Alfajer goes in front of the Viper Wall, does not get flashed, which is key. Maybe the execution could be improved.
This Showers hold was so important, too, because FiNESSE invested the pit on B. They invested a lot towards holding this site. And so far they've failed, but perhaps they can reconsider, perhaps they can reestablish as the Sam falls one more time.
I mean, they have so many different variations of holding this A side, too. They're just abusing this at this point.
Yeah, they are.
Derke can sometimes be on boxes, they can be playing post, they can be holding short.
You're not limboing your way through that. You imagine a timeout. It has to be on the cards here pretty soon.
Definitely.
Because Fnatic, you're right, they just continue to pound A. And just exploit the defense.
Last player standing.
We've seen good halves from NRG on this map on both sides, so not quite getting worried anywhere about keeping this game close. Fnatic is in the hands of FiNESSE.
Similar setup from Sam. The one small difference I'm seeing here is FiNESSE's wall
Watching this spawn.
is just a little different. This time set up from A.
There.
Yeah, that's the old bathroom wall, essentially. Completely ignoring the possibility of that, or the fact that the new Showers TP is there.
Spike dropped. Got the spike.
We're thinking right now, NRG, they only got 3 rounds on that defensive fracture.
Victor's got a lot to deal with, but crashies is close by. He has one flash and Seekers. Pushed off the angle, and it's just a trap. Do they check him? No, they don't. It's just one, though. And the Singer's just not enough in that scenario.
It's too tough to follow up on, too.
Here.
A good idea again from NRG, just not quite enough. Fnatic controlling every part of this game right now. Sam's going to try to flood out to help FiNESSE.
Wow. You see the pre-fire and the spam expecting a second. The flash cleans him up.
Oh, and that cascade actually gave them room to swing out to the left before Sam can even challenge.
Towards B, and it looks like it's set up to get Sam the orb. He is 1 point away from having his ult online. Boaster's been pushed off.
Okay, we saw this last, another round where they did push deep, down B, but they end up all flanking. And this time, there's going to be a Showers TP with the Trailblazer to follow up on. Victor's stuck here, though. And Fnatic is not committed, so they're happy to wait this out and challenge.
Did he bite off more than he could chew? Stuck in teleporter. Everyone from Fnatic is here to handle him. But he bought
They just used a Reckoning to try to clear him out, and yes, it will get him out, but leaves a lot of gaps and loses a lot of tools.
Such a heavy investment to preserve his life, and then he eventually falls. Alfajer once again getting a 2K from what looks like the same spot.
And right now, these Seekers might all get destroyed. Yes, ardiis is going to get the rest, but Chronicle's inserted in such a good position. Alfajer's punishing. He's so smart.
crashies, can you hold the line? Derke falls.
They're just going to TP now. It doesn't matter what crashies can do.
Yeah, there's just so much room that Chronicle's taking A.
It's crazy. They could have crossed there, but they're just a little concerned about where crashies' position is, and they're just going to use that space. Don't even bother TPing. Take all the time that you need. That's discipline right there from Fnatic.
You know it's a tantalizing prospect. You know where he is. You know that you have numbers on him.
10 seconds left.
But you're right, they make the safe play. They end A, spike down.
Boaster's already considering the spawn flank.
Of course he is. He's had such a good read on the game.
Oh.
Well, I may have jinxed him.
Timing was bad, but still
Read
able
was
to get
so
around. Forgot where that corner was. And that, as soon as he's spotted, he doesn't get the kill. crashies is going to save. Fnatic up to 7. A chance for a 10-2 half with 3 rounds remaining. After Fracture, I didn't think that was in the cards, but I didn't think that this defensive side issue right now for NRG was deeper than it looked at first. Yeah, they got a streak, the multi-pronged approach. These defaults are good when they end up going dry walking up short with the Viper Wall. That's fantastic. And Alfajer is hitting every shot when he's pressured.
Yeah.
I mean, every single one.
And the crazy thing is, they're not having to change very much.
And so I'm already using not only the high tide, of course, that you want to use. Oh, hold on, 2 players up close. They reclaim. Chronicle's in trouble. Gets barely out. It's just light weaponry.
Yeah.
And the funny part, crashies, while you might be surprised to see him there, this is like the 4th round where they're there. They're just not able to get anything done.
It's another deep cascade in short, and then the high tide right behind it. They want to go forward. Look at how much they're investing just to slow down, just to keep the Fnatic attack at bay.
I mean, that's important. They just wasted a few mollies on that one.
He's going to be able to get anything, though. Derke is too high, Boaster's too low, and the health is too short. And the nade in the lap of Sam, forcing him to swing out, now without damage being taken.
30 seconds.
They're rolling them. They're just rolling them.
Yeah.
Chronicle's hunting.
For an early flash. Deep flash from crashies down long, zigzagging its way through.
Oh
So dead, bro.
That is beautiful. And one moment difference there. ardiis gets that wall down, and they don't break it for the dog to get that stun. He doesn't get punished. That's crazy. Boaster's got to have the highest kill rate with his orbital strike. I mean, every single time he uses it, it's considered.
And it's always set up with something. That's what makes him so good with it. Derke was jumping, and now the showstopper out, clearing the site. crashies has managed to slip the net and tuck back into elbow. Oh no. Of course.
Showing off the tech.
That's so hard to land because you know 99% of the time people are hitting a wall on that. NRG once again forced to save.
A high tide fadeaway. This is crazy. Right out of the timeout too. And they hit with an ult combination that they just can't consider at this point.
No.
There's way too many things that they're dealing with. FiNESSE's brain's got to be overheating. On Fracture, I mean, it was such an awesome battle to watch the two. But since that second half,
Yep.
chance of this op
Yeah.
on this
Just
attack side.
handing them around.
Chronicle had it, Derke had it, Boaster had it, Alfajer. Leo, it's your turn next. Oh wait, you won't even get another chance.
Yeah, poor guy. Unless they hand it off mid-round. Really min-maxing things here. It's just so ominous what you said a couple of rounds ago. The fact that there's a 10-2 is a very good reality. We find ourselves on the precipice of it. Showstopper up top.
Oh!
Wow, where did that go? crashies still gets a kill.
Went way over top that ramp.
Does anyone scoop up the op? No, they're leaving it.
And the late orb is actually going to kind of tell you what's coming right now on the side of NRG.
IGL's battling, and the gunfight goes in favor of Boaster.
FiNESSE didn't have his gun out.
Spam through and once again, a complete disrespect of Psalm's utility. They're just fearless in pushing past it. It's just so well considered. Everything is flawless. Everything is perfect.
That pit might be a little early here for Fnatic, though. Never mind.
Boaster's fragging. Boaster's farming.
Out of charges.
Meanwhile, NRG, they've been squelched. They've been suffocated. They've been stymied.
NRG has to force. Absolutely got to get something going right now. And it's straight down into lamps. It's a good start. It looks like Alfajer was just, ooh!
Dude, this is what I mean.
What a good trip.
The trip was great. Alfajer's setup was actually a little late.
Yeah, exactly.
But the trip was great. Even in the face of the Cascade, Chronicle just goes. An attempt at flipping the map from the attacking side. They take the teleporter. They leave FiNESSE behind. See if he can cut off any rotates. But anchor, because it looks like they want to rotate back towards him.
Yeah, it's the same thing. Victor just stays in lamps, holds that space. Derke's going to be able to return just in time for them to start taking that front of sight.
And look at this. Fnatic just barely fight, but you're right. Derke's back.
There's only one player here right now. They still thought that there might have been a double step back. But Boaster will now have this flank. Victor in spawn. Can he take down Leo? Coming around the corner right now. Crucial fight.
Victor on it. Damage done. Still has a stinger, though. As Derke repositions.
Last player
Can he pick it up? Boaster's down. They're going to be able to convert this force unless Derke wins a 1v2. The tap on the spike, the reposition. Victor showing a little leg, giving him a little bait. crashies one time. I mean, they're just like gnats. They're just annoying him. They're being pests. And they're securing the round.
Upgrade to a Bulldog for crashies too. Off of Boaster's body, down short.
The flash, the turn! That shot was gross!
That's got to be an accident.
When you're down 11-3, though, better lucky than good, I guess.
Maybe playing against Fnatic overall, better lucky than good.
Yeah.
Maybe that's not even enough. It's ridiculous. These guys look just so strong. High cam, spotting the lurk through the orb.
See that attack side wall from Psalm, and the cam's above it. Will's only one spotted, but you know here, given everything else that you're hearing, where the hit is. See the flash shoot, they want to try to fight back sight, and they managed to get what they were looking for. Alfajer Sheriff. Oh my goodness, like this? With the neural theft, he knows where he is and he pushes. NRG managed to white knuckle their way to 4 rounds. But it's still so comfortably in favor of Fnatic.
There's no stress at all for the Fnatic players.
And they're chilling.
They're as loose as can be. Alfajer too has been the star on this map. Anytime there's a chance for NRG to get back into it, he's the guy who's shutting it down, almost did it again. multiple 3vx situations that Alfajer was a part of on that first half. And you need to be using that dog to get up short. There's too many trips to get through.
They're up in U-Haul. Victor taking care of Derke. That was off the Trailblazer setup.
Yeah, they pushed him through, but he just kind of ran out willy-nilly, not expecting them to still be in the default setup. Which gives advantage here for NRG. They're really working the map. You've seen multiple times now where it's late
30
fakes.
seconds left.
Saw him grabbing the warp. And now dumping util.
I've got your trail.
Leo's playing to get walled up. No. He doesn't actually go for the wall. ardiis made a misclicked. There's a slow on top. ardiis!
He's pushing right into him!
Wait, what just happened?
With 10 seconds left, I don't know that NRG are going to be able to get out.
He just had a meltdown.
Alfajer still here! And Alfajer gets 2, Chronicle gets the last.
Final attempt here to keep this game alive for NRG. Final attempt where it has to be. 8 rounds in a row. A scattered by Salmon crashes with the weapons. Trying to consider how to break this Cypher setup. They already break the camera, not any of the trips though. And unfortunately for them, crashies is starting to creep up, but he's got one of the Vandals, so he can't really spend time breaking with the Trailblazer.
Chronicle's positioning is just perfect. Just around the corner, understanding that if someone gets up in the box, he'll have the sightline on that. Victor's going aggressive for him! What on earth? I mean, it's over. It's just 2 left for NRG.
Oh, ardiis has gotten on the site. Meanwhile, all of that. Which means there's not much more util coming in from the side of Fnatic. They just started the retake.
He's pushing Spawn with the Spectre. The potential to leave crashies alone is exactly what takes place. He has a rifle, so it'd have to be a 1v4 to pull this thing off, to keep the series going.